Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, girls and boys and girls. Welcome back. Welcome back to our channel, Inspirational Minutes with David. Let's get it. Inspirational Minutes with David. Hey, yes, dear Dad Elbow, a member of a man who's been mentally asleep. Now he's awakened. He's awakened now, and I see. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to our channel, Inspirational Minutes with David. I am the host with the most. The host with the most. How are you lovely people doing? Lovely, critical thinking people doing. Question your why. Question everything. You know what this station is about. You know what this channel is about. I'm not for everybody though. You know, if you don't want to question your why, if you don't want to think outside the box, get the hell off my channel. Yeah, we don't need scrattlers. We need the black sheep. We need the people who know that there is something wrong. We need the people who know something is not right. We need critical thinkers. For what they got coming for you people, for us people, back for the sheep, it's coming. And don't you forget, I'm going to keep it on your brain. I'm going to keep it on your mind even. I promise I am, and I will. Welcome back to our channel, Inspirational Minutes with David. Inspirational Minutes with David. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, hit the like and share. Comment, please comment. I will comment back to you. Yes, like and share. Get the book, The Audacity of Woke. A member of a man who's been mentally asleep. I got all of them watching everything. The Audacity of Woke. Wake your ass up. It's time. Get the mud off your eyes. It is time. I know. It's time. Hey, but listen. Let's get it started. Today, our Inspirational Minutes with David. Today, I thought of a lot of things to talk about today, and there has been people who have been dying all around me this last week. There have been people all around me just moving on to the next realm of existence, and it made me think about some things. Made me think about myself. I had another subject I was going to talk about, but I'm gonna go in and I'm talk about us people. So our bill today, our talk today, is properly entitled "The Day I Die." The day I die. D period I period E period, which means David's impassioned evolution. The day I die. I think about a lot of things, and I know a lot of things that used to scare me, but I'm not afraid anymore. So I'm sharing a lot of my things, a lot of my thoughts with you, family. With you. The day I die. My brain, my brain and my heart, they divorced. Yeah, my brain and heart divorced. About almost a decade ago. They divorced. They divorced because it was over who was to blame about how big of a mess that I have become. Eventually, they couldn't even be in the same room with each other. Now my head and my heart share custody of me. I stay with my brain during the week, and my heart get me on the weekends. I'm a player, the real one. Playboy indeed. They never speak to one another. Instead, they give me the same note to pass to each other every other week. they pass notes to me to give to the church. It was every other week. Now it's every week. And the notes they send to one another always say the same thing. This is all your fault. On Sundays, my heart complains on how my head has let me down in the past. You know, how my head, my thoughts, my reaction off my thoughts have let me down and caused some failures. My heart says. And then on Wednesday, which I call Wednesday, W-I-N-S-D-A-Y, win the freaking day. On Wednesday, my head lists all of the times my heart has screwed things up for me in the future. They blame each other for the state of my life. There's been a lot of yelling. There's been a lot of going back and forth, and a lot of crying. So here lately, I just been spending a lot of time with my gut, who serves as my unofficial therapist. Now, most nights, I sneak out of the window in my rib cage, and I slide down my spine and collapse on my guts plush leather chair. I just throw myself down and relax on my guts plus leather chair. That's always seems to be open for me. And I just sit, and I sit, and I sit until the sun comes up. I must tell you, last evening, my gut asked me if I was having a hard time being caught between my heart and my head. I nodded. I said, I didn't know if I could live with either of them anymore. My heart is always sad about something that happened yesterday, while my head is always worried about something that may happen tomorrow. I digress. I laminated. My gut squeezed my hand. I just can't live with my mistakes of the past, my mistakes of the past, or my anxiety about my future. I sighed. My gut smiled and replied, in that case, you should go stay with your lungs for a while. I'm like, huh? With my lungs? I was so discombobulated. I was confused. So go stay with my lungs for a while? I tried to put on a poker face, but my gut saw the perplexed look on my face. If you're exhausted about your heart's obsession with the fixed past and your mind's focus on the uncertain future, your lungs are the perfect place for you. There's no yesterday in your lungs. There is no tomorrow there either. There's only now. There's only inhale. There's only exhale. There's only this moment. There's only breath. And in that breath, you can rest while your heart and head work out their relationship. This morning, while my brain was busy reading tea leaves, and while my heart was staring at old photographs in my phone, I packed a little bag and walked to the door. Walked to the door of my lungs. I'm gonna have a drink on that one. And listen, before I could even knock on the door, she must have been anticipating me. Because even before I could knock on the door, she opened the door. with a smile as a gust of air embraced me. She said, "What took you so long?" Woo! Sometimes, man, that's a beautiful poem. It's by John Rodell. But hey, listen, people. Sometimes you need to lock yourself up in your room or go out in the woods where you can be totally alone. And when you are alone, the universe talks to you in flashes of inspiration. That's by Walter Russell. Now, in this quote, I really want to quote it. I'm going to break this quote down. In this quote by Walter Russell, it's suggesting that solitude is a powerful puissant tool for assessing inspiration. He believes that when we are alone, we're better able to listen to the voice of the universe, which speaks to us in flashes of inspiration. There is some scientific evidence to support Russell's claim. Studies have shown that solitude can boost creativity and problem-solving skills. When we are alone, our brains are free to wander and make new connections, which can lead to new ideals. Of course, solitude is not always easy. It's not always easy to be alone with self. It can be uncomfortable to be alone with our thoughts, especially if we're used to being surrounded by people. But if you're willing to face your own inner demons, solitude can be a powerful tool for personal growth and transformation. Now, if you're looking for inspiration, I encourage you to try spending some time alone. Go for a walk in the woods or lock yourself in a room for a few hours. Just be there and be sure to give yourself permission to be still and then just listen. Listen. The universe may just have something to say to you. Now, I'm gonna give you some tips. Here's some tips for getting the most out of your time of being alone. Find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Turn off your phone, turn it off, and other distractions. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. In and out. Exhale and inhale. Allow your mind to wander freely. Don't judge your thoughts or try to control them. Just observe them and see where they lead you. Now, if you do this regularly, you might be a little surprised. You'll be a little surprised at what you will discover. You might find that you are more creative, more productive, and more at peace with yourself. You may even find that the universe has some beautiful, exquisite things to say to you. Try it. Don't be scared. Don't be. Don't fear of being alone. You know, I get to myself a lot. I live alone, so I'm by myself a lot, and I'm good with my solitude. I'm good with being alone in my space. I'm good with being within me, because I go inside, then I come out. I go inside, then I come out. I'm a dreamer as well. So I tell people a lot of times, because, you know, I'm alone a lot, and I am alone with myself in solitude, right? And so, please forgive me. Forgive me for the days I disappear without warning. Just forgive me. Forgive me for the days that, you know, I leave your message on read, or I don't even open the message up at all. For the days I couldn't answer calls, or at least let it ring. For the days I seem okay, but the next day I can't be reached. Forgive me for for the catch-ups. Forgive me for the catch-ups that I have missed. For the greetings that I couldn't send. For the days I'm too exhausted to even show up. Forgive me for the times when I say I'm busy, but I lay in my bed all day. Forgive me for the days I can't tell what's wrong, but act like there is something wrong. If sometimes I seem like I cut you off or I don't care anymore. For the times I seem selfish enough to disappear without a clue and leave everyone wondering. Please forgive me. There are just days where I have to shut everything out. I have to shut everything out in order to regain myself. The day I died. David's Impassioned evolution. But let me tell you something. Speaking of die, D-I-E. As soon as you die, your identity becomes body, B-O-D-Y. People use phrases like, bring the body, lower the body to the graveyard, etc. and etc. People don't even call you by your name anymore, who you tried to impress your whole life. So live a life to impress the Creator, not the creation. Take chances. Spend money on things you love. Don't be shy. Laugh until your stomach hurts. And dance even if you're bad at it. I can't dance. But I dance. I do my little dance. Offbeat and everything. And laugh until your stomach hurts. And dance even if you're bad at it. Pose stupidly for photos. You know, my family get on me a lot. They say I'm always doing a Superman pose like I'm about to fly out of the universe when I'm taking pictures. Pose stupidly for photos and be childlike. But never, ever let life inside you die while you're still alive just because of people. On the day I die. This is what this inspirational minutes with David is about. And as I end, I'm going to end on this note about the day I die, David's Impassioned evolution. On the day I die, a lot will happen. A lot will change. The world will be busy. On the day I die, all the imperative appointments I made will be left unattended. The many plans I had yet to complete will remain forever undone. The calendar that rules so many of my days will be left unrendered and be left irrelevant to me. All the material things I so chased and guarded and treasured will be left in the hands of others to care for or to discard. The words of my haters, and critics, which so burdened me, will cease to sting or capture me anymore. They will be unable to touch me. The arguments I believe I won, the arguments and debates that I believe that I have won here will not serve me or bring me any satisfaction or solace. And all my noisy incoming notifications and bells and rings and texts and calls, they will go unanswered. The great urgency will be quiet. My nagging regrets would all be resigned to the past, where they should have always been anyway. Every superficial worry about my body that I so painstakingly labored over, about my waistline, or my decreasing hairline, or my frown lines, it will fade away. My carefully crafted image, the one I worked so hard to shape for others here, will be left to them to complete anyway. The sterling reputation I once struggled so greatly, because your reputation, you have to guard it with your life. The sterling reputation I once struggled so greatly to maintain will be a little concern for me anymore. All the small and large anxieties that stole sleep from me each night will be rendered powerless. The deep and towering mysteries about life and death that so consume my mind will be finally clarified in a way that they could never be before when I lived. These things will certainly be true on the day I die. Yet for so much will happen on that day. One more thing, just one more thing will happen. On the day I die, the few people who really know and truly love me, they will grieve and cry profoundly, deeply. They will feel a void. They will feel like they've been cheated. They will not feel ready for my departure to the next realm. They will feel as though a part of them has died as well. And on that day, more than anything in the world, they will want more time with me. I know this. I am cognizant of this from those that I love, cried, and grieved over. And so, knowing this, being cognizant of this information while I'm still presently alive, I try to remember that my time with them is finite and fleeting and so very, very precious. And I do my best not to waste a second of it. I try not to squander a priceless moment worrying about all the other things that will happen on the day I die, because many of those things are either not my concern or beyond my control. Friends and family, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those other things have an insidious way of keeping you from living even as you live, because they are competing for your attention, and competing and vying for your affections. They rob you of the joy of this unrepeatable, uncontainable, and ever evaporating now with those who you love and want only to share it with you. So I implore you, I beg you, please, don't miss the chance to dance with them while you can. It's easy to waste much daylight in the days before you die. Don't let your life be stolen every day by all that you've been led to believe matters, because on the day you die, on that day that you die, the fact is that much of it simply won't. Yes. You and I, will die one day. But before that day comes, let us live. Let us live. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a fucking mystery. Today is a gift. It's a present. That's why they call it the present. If you made it this far in our Inspirational Minutes with David, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. On the day that I died, David, Impassioned Evolution. Get the book, The Audacity of Woke. Hope something I said today kind of digged into that brain, digged into that spirit, pinch your spirit just a little bit. And no, and please no, please no, please no, please no. If I love myself, which I do, I love me, which means I love you. And when you love you, you love me in return. I love you. I love you in truth. Peace.